Central Ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Ghetto vlog. Right, so before we get into this week's vlog, due to there not being one last week, we need to do a catch up, right? So before we get any further, we're going to recap everything that you guys missed out on last week. Let's go. With one of my local charity shops, it very much depends upon who's working at the time you go in as to whether they'll let you in the back room or not. Some people are very much like, yeah, go in and have a look. Other people, they just don't sort of mention it, so I don't ask. But on this day, I timed it well. Yeah, this lady let me into the back room. So I tried to take advantage. I tried to have a good rummage around. If you saw a few things in there that you think maybe I should have picked up, I probably tried, but the value wasn't quite there. There was like a James Bond box set. And she wanted £10 for that, which I think is probably a decent price for a charity shop, right? But not in terms of like to trade in, and it's not something I wanted for my collection. So there was a few things I left behind, but I did manage to pick up a couple of nice bits. The standard Wii controller, it also comes with the Wii Motion Plus. Combined, there's like £12 traded on here, but I do actually need the Wii Motion Plus for my own because I was unable to play Red Steel 2 recently. So yeah, now I've got the access to do that, so that's great. But yeah, theoretically £12 trading value there. And this sealed Blu-ray of Band of Brothers. This has got, I think, £6 trading. So yeah, not too bad at all. I paid £8 for everything, so you've got £18 worth of trading, which is not bad. And I picked up a CD for my collection. I've got the Jackie Brown soundtrack, some absolute bangers on here. In particular, I'm looking at Across 110th Street, Bobby Womack. Love this movie. I love most Tarantino movies. Fantastic soundtrack. So yeah, it's a nice addition to my CD collection. And yeah, so yeah, not bad at all, right? But I didn't realise there was so many parcels and packets waiting for me. But it's probably good timing, because if we are going to be doing all these game room changes and game room montages, then I might as well open some more games now, right? And get them all put away. So I think the first few are eBay purchases. So these are primarily the PS3 Essentials, right? That tends to be what I'm buying on eBay at the moment. What have we got here? Yep, so the first one is Kingdom Hearts. This is the HD 2.5 remix. I've already got the 1.5. So yeah, nice. Oh no, I've got this wrong. Sorry, this wasn't an eBay purchase. This was sent, sorry, this was Ghetto gang member. Apologies, I put that in the wrong pile. This was sent by Steve. Hello bud, love the videos. Cheers Steve. Thank you very much Steve. I mean, the Ghetto gang, honestly, that Discord. If you like buying video games, that's the place for you, because so many people finding hunting deals, not just in person, not just in CEX stores, but like random websites, the back of Beyonder, Vinted and eBay, and yeah, I've got a lot of games in this pile and also on the way that have come as a result of the Ghetto Gang Discord. Shout out to everybody that's in the Ghetto Gang, just a great community and definitely enabling me with some of my purchases. A lot of people on the PS3 Essentials hunt as well. But yeah, appreciate that, mate. Much needed addition to my collection. That's both Kingdom Hearts games done. So I think now these are actually eBay purchases. Yeah, okay, so this first one was in part hooked up by Ghetto Gang member Kingsley. He sent me the link for this one, but I bought this on eBay, and that is LA Noire. I still haven't played this game. I hear so many good things about this and Heavy Rain. I think these were kind of like two games that came out in and around the same time. I've never played either of them, and I think Heavy Rain in particular I heard really good things about. They're just on that pile of games. It's just yeah, the backlog's just getting crazy. But another PS3 Essential for the list. We'll be looking in detail at my PS3 Essentials collection here on the channel very soon. Next, once again, eBay. And this is a copy of Gran Turismo 5. I was a massive Gran Turismo fan on the PS1, PS2. So Gran Turismo 1, 2 and 3. I put so much time into GT3 A-Spec. And for me it just kind of went downhill after that. I liked the second-hand element of it, buying those cars and being able to modify them. And yeah, I don't know, it just kind of lost me a bit. I think it went too much of a simulator after that. I think for me personally it lost a bit of the fun. And as time has gone on, I'm not really an online player, so you know, as these games become a lot about online, it kind of loses me, which is a shame, because like I say, I loved the first 3 games, I really did. But yeah, another one for the PS3 Essentials pile. And another eBay purchase here. Okay, so this This is a game that was somewhat hard to find, right? There was not many of us had this in our PS3 Essentials collection. And then somebody shared it again on the Discord, and there was 9 available. And within, I think, 10 minutes, they'd all gone. I think we'd raided it. The Ghetto gang literally bought every single one. And that is Dishonored Game of the Year collection. This is one of those seals, but it's not sealed. I think it's like a reseal. But yeah, just massive shout out to sharing that, because I think that's helped a lot of people out with their collection, right? Because, like I say, it's just not one that you see very often. And then somehow, I'm assuming somebody on eBay must have had some new old stock or something like that for them to have 9 copies of the Essentials version. And it was quite cheap. I can't remember how much it was. But it wasn't a lot of money. It was certainly less than £10 posted. So yeah, really happy with that one. And I think this is the last of... No, that's it. That's all the eBay purchases. So these now have all been sent to me. Yeah, so let's get into these, shall we? This one I'm hoping is okay, because it looks like it took a bit of a beating. But I don't know what any of these are. Hopefully there's notes in here. What have we got? Okay, there is a note. Oh, the stickers, the stickers! Callum, glad I could help towards the Essentials goal in finding this one. Your channel is boss, but is largely the reason I am now utterly skint. Ghetto gang is an incredible bunch. Thanks for the new community, Seth. Seth, absolute legend, my friend, and much appreciated. He knows me well, because Seth has thrown in here these stickers. So we've got a Rugrats sticker, Tommy Pickles. This is very much Ghetto, retro Ghetto aesthetic, right? Ghetto Blaster. And a PS4 controller. I'm still looking for something in here to sticker blast. I've got so many great stickers. I'm just, because I like the clean aesthetic, I'm trying to choose carefully, but there will come a point where I'll cover something in all these stickers I get. So yeah, Seth found this one for me, I believe. Yeah, so I remember now. So Seth went to CX and they actually had a half decent selection in there. And this one is quite an expensive PS3 game anyway. I've never seen it in Essentials format, and luckily I had some vouchers, so I sent Seth over my CEX voucher, and yeah, Seth grabbed this one for me, and it's much appreciated, because this completes my Souls subset, and that is Demon Souls. Yeah, like I say, just not a cheap game anyway. It's like a £20 game, and yeah, really happy with that, as it should be. Essentials disc and everything, and I keep getting told to play the Souls games, right? I just don't feel like I've got the time to get good, but very, very happy to have all the Souls games ticked off that PS3 Essentials list. And like I say, well, I'm going to do a big update soon. I've got a massive, massive video coming with PS3 Essentials. Some very, very rare ones coming, and then we're going to reevaluate exactly how many I think there are in the set and how far I am along that journey, because hopefully we're not too far away now, right? Right, okay, so now get on to the boxes, and I'm woefully unequipped as usual. Don't have a knife or anything, so I'm going to have to just rip into it, caveman style. Okay, let's get into it. This is from Ghetto gang member, my friend Steve. We'll actually be having another parcel coming from Steve. I purchased a game off him just last night that I'm very excited to add to my collection, but he'd sent these prior. He sent these as a gift, so thank you very much, sir. This is something he's not really interested in collecting. There is a bit of a collecting scene for these, but yeah, I just find them really interesting. And that is Dirt Showdown and Grid 2. This is still sealed. So these are the not for resale promotional copies. I don't know, I'm intrigued by these promotional copies. They're faded, which theoretically, as an aesthetic, I don't think it looks good, but I like the fact that they are different. It's not just this like not for a resale thing. I've got quite a few promotional copies now. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm not going to like try and get the full set or anything like that, but I do enjoy them, and they are like anomalies in the collection. So yeah, massive shout out, thank you very much. And in terms of Dirt Showdown, you guys know I'm going for the full arcade races on the 360. I love playing these on the kiosk, so yeah, fantastic additions to the 360 collection. Thank you very much, my friend. And the last one, so let's get into this. This has come all the way from, well, I won't tell you his address, but it's a UK based address. Sent special delivery, which is intriguing. I really should have had a knife for this one. have a sip of Yorkshire before we get into it. Oh, lovely. Right, oh dear, that was not what I was intended. Okay, I know what this is. You didn't have to send it special delivery, mate, it's much appreciated. Hi Callum, here are the steelbooks I said I would send. Thanks for all of the videos. They have reignited my love for retro and collecting. Hope these have a nice new home. They definitely have. P.S. There is an extra one I didn't show you from Tom. Keep it retro. Tom, absolute gentleman. Tom's got an amazing collection. He actually showed, he's got like a lot of the Assassin's Creed statues, and he showed me some of his steelbooks. One of which is sealed, super rare. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, I believe. I'll try and put a picture up on the screen. I looked at the prices on eBay of it not sealed, hundreds of pounds, so yeah, I never knew, right? I don't think that's the additional one he's thrown in here. But let's have a look at what he has sent me. I think these were just games that he didn't have on display, he wasn't really interested in keeping. Ah, okay, right, okay, so these are some really nice steelbooks in here. Massive shout out to Tom. So I'd never seen this one before, so this was the Medieval remake for the PS4. No game in this one, but really nice artwork. Love that purple with a bit of green. That really pops, so we can always get a standard copy of the game and throw it in here at some point. This one as well really caught my eye. And again, this is empty. I don't know if they're all empty actually. But yeah, look at that artwork. Beautiful, right? This was the one I didn't know about. Another one I've not seen before. Tom's hardcore with the steelbooks, right? Because like I said, there's a few of these I'd never seen before. So this is Spider-Man. I'm assuming this is Spider-Man 2, right? Unless it's Miles Morales, they're both on there. I've only played through the first one. But yeah, really nice artwork. I'm going to have to buy all the games now though, to put in these steelbooks. Anthem, I have seen this one a few times. This one does have the game in it. And another empty one here, it's Final Fantasy 15, the deluxe edition. And then he also threw in this, which is fantastic. So this is the American copy, which is fine because I want this in my collection. It's not a case of like, you trade it in obviously or anything like that. And that is the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection. So this has got Metal Gear Solid 2, Peace Walker, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid, VR Missions, Guns of the Patriots, loads of games in here, loads of games. So yeah, this is an amazing addition to my PS3 collection. So thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. And that's everything, right? Really happy with that. Thank you very much to everybody that sent something in. Obviously Ghetto Gang members, I've already been chatting to you guys anyway. But yeah, I'm glad I went out now to try and find inspiration. I didn't find inspiration, but I found a lot of other stuff that's going to need to be put away in here. So we might as well do it all in one go. And the goal now, guys, is very much to get this room in order. Get it in shape, get everything put away, get everything on the shelves. It's probably going to take some...
Okay, so with the NEC Toy Fair video that I put out on Wednesday and the clip you've just seen, you're now pretty much up to date with all my new additions. So it was then time for me to rearrange the 3.0. I had to try and make some more room in here, particularly for PS3 Essentials. So let's get into that and maybe even a montage now. So this is become a bit of a dumping ground really, because it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Now, I think the days of having the privilege of having all this stuff on display, even though you can't really see it too well, are gone. I'm going to sell some of my toys. I've already been thinking about that, and I've been speaking to some toy dealers recently, just because they're not getting utilised here. You know, I don't have the room to display many toys, just the ones that I really love. VHS. I think I've got a plan to move VHS. I think I found a nice spot in the room for these. And then that will subsequently free up this space and that space, which will then allow me to potentially put like the big box PS3 stuff, maybe some big box Wii, because I've still got the big Ultimate Trilogy God of War edition as well. So what I'm thinking is this sort of a whole area here might encompass my overflow of PS3. So yeah, I think we're going to clear some of this out and then we'll reevaluate again.
Okay, so this was just dead space here. I had Kratos there, but you never really saw him. So I think I might just put VHS here. Like I say, just the continuation of the shelf, really. I don't need as many as I've got, right? I don't need all these Pokemon, and yeah, I'll thin some of this out because ideally I wouldn't want it going higher than the shelf. So at least one will probably come out. But at least for now, I'll live with it. It's created some space for me, and ultimately it hasn't had any impact on my view of the room at all. Like I say, once I take a couple out, drop that down. Yeah, it's a happy medium for now, for sure. Because we've got a lot of space here to play with. Right, so another cup of Yorkshire in, and I feel like we're getting somewhere, guys. As you can see, taking advantage of this little hidden area back here. So this was where previously toys were housed. As I say, a lot of these are going to get sold or moved on. A couple will stay in the room. But yeah, what I've managed to do is get all of my, or most of my bigger box and sleeve cover PS3 games here. And I finally found a nice home for this, which just sits perfectly right underneath Kratos on the throne. I've also finally managed to get this. This is one of my favourite games that I own, this like collection. Love that. So it's nice to get that forward facing. Steelbooks along the bottom. And a nice bit of space to grow into as well. So yeah, don't worry about this open space here. I'm going to get the legend that is Kev to cut me some, I think it's called Foamex. Now it's basically like a white board, and it acts similar to like these shelves, but these shelves are a lot harder to cut down to size, and they're ridiculously priced at IKEA as well. Kev actually did this for me previously with this shelf here, which has been cut to house the Darksiders Collector's Edition. So I'm going to get something like that done. That will simply sit on top of the PS3 games here, so it'll still give me a little bit more of a shelf above that to put things that won't be completely dead space. And yeah, I'm really happy with how that's come together. With just moving those VHS, it's now opened up all this, which has subsequently given me a lot more space here. What we're now going to do is rehouse these couple of Wii games, and then between all of that and all of this, I don't know if it will fit exactly the full Essentials setting, but it'll be there or thereabouts, and it'll be a much easier problem to deal with when the time comes in terms of overflow, even if we just move one of these figures along to the other side of there. So yeah, really happy with that. I often get comments saying, oh, you're running out of room, you're going to run out of room. There's still lots of room in here. You just got to get creative. I don't need a whole shelf dedicated to the Mario All-Stars. PS2 is going to get thinned out. Wii is going to get thinned out. Yeah, and people say to me, what are you going to do about Super Nintendo? I'll save a lot of it for future videos, but we are future-proofed in here, guys. Don't worry, I have a plan. I enjoy getting creative. This is something that I love to do, right? Is displaying stuff. I'll never sacrifice the overall look of the room. So, yeah, just have faith in the process. But now that we've cleared that space, is it time for a montage?
Montage.
Okay, that is mostly everything put away. I did make a couple more changes off camera. I put Androdunos forward facing just to fill up the PS4 shelf now. And what else did I do? I put my Wii games in. So Pandora's Tower and Red Steel 2 have gone in with the other big box and Nintendo stuff. That's all fit perfectly on that shelf, which has freed up these two shelves here. So all that's left now really is to get these PS3 Essentials put away. And yeah, then we're pretty much done. Okay, so what I thought I'd do this time is sort of talk through the process as to how I put so many games onto the shelves. You guys usually just see a very quick montage of things, but yeah, I thought it might be interesting for you to see exactly how I go about tackling it when there's so many to add. Now, the first thing to do is to get them all in alphabetical order, and then I simply count how many I'll need for a certain section. So, for example, we can see here we go to DIS, which would ultimately, in this case, mean H as well. So we'd have these three would go onto that shelf. So what I'll then do is I'll remove 3 games from here, 3 games from the end of here, 3 games from the end of there. Everything will then get bumped up until there's enough of a gap there to put those 3 games in. And then it's pretty much just a case of repeating that process with all of the games. It's going to be slightly different this time around because we're actually going to be going on to the secondary row of shelving. I think it's going to look really good because I didn't want to move the toy row. I like how that breaks it up. I love my Street Fighter figures there. So I think it's going to be nice to sort of frame that, if you like, with PS3 Essentials, because by the time we're done, we'll probably be encroaching onto this shelf here. So I just think it's going to look nice with that sort of like framed sea of red. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with it. I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so that is done and done. All of the PS3 Essentials have been put away and we're pretty much future-proof, right? We've gone down to this shelf here. We've got loads of space to grow. And yeah, definitely a job well done, right? In terms of getting the room rearranged. Nothing's been sacrificed. Room's looking fantastic. And everything's been put away. So now it is time to turn our attention to the giveaway. Okay, so over an hour of writing and a sore wrist later. I don't think I've done this much handwriting since I was at school. Every single entrant has been written, cut out and added to this bowl. Some of you people donated so much that I had to write your name 10 times, and I just want to give a massive thank you to everybody that took the time to enter to this giveaway. To have raised a total of over £2,000 for fantastic charity is, yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. Like I said earlier in the vlog, I think one of my proudest achievements since starting this channel was to raise so much money for a charity that means so much to me. And just generally, what a good news story, right? For me to have found these games on the floor at Leeds Retro Gaming Market, with the help of the community, track down the owner to then pass on that kindness, to then say, you know what, put it to charity, and good karma just to come all the way back round, right? And just, yeah, I think it's just a fantastic good news story with which to end this vlog. So, as you can see, all the names are in here. There's nothing in my hands. I'm not even going to look. I'll look at the camera. I'm just going to pull one out. And the winner is Andy Pete. Andy Pete. I hope you can read my handwriting. As I say, I had to write it a lot of times. But yeah, that definitely says Andy Pete. Congratulations, sir. Drop me a message. Get at me on Instagram or whichever method necessary. And we will get these fantastic prizes sent out to you. But yeah, once more, just thank you to everybody that donated and entered the giveaway. And yeah, I'll be contacting Alzheimer's Research UK very shortly. Oh, it feels so good to be all caught up. So now you guys are up to date with all my new additions, all the changes that we have done here in the 3.0. Congratulations to the winner of the Neo Geo Pocket. And feels like a bit of a weight off my shoulders. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's been a very testing week, not only with sort of technical issues in terms of like content creation, but also like real world stuff, some issues that I've been dealing with. But it feels like we're at the light at the end of the tunnel now, right? Yeah, it feels good, but I don't want to bore you guys too much in terms of the technical issues. But basically, I started YouTube like 3.5 years ago now, getting on for 4 years. And I've pretty much, for the most part, been using the same software and hardware throughout that time. And because I'm constantly trying to bring bigger, better videos to the channel, I don't just mean bigger in terms of length, even though the vlogs are very long, which causes its own issues. Also in terms of the file size, because of the amount of editing and everything I'm trying to add to them to, you know, make the videos as good as they can be for you guys to watch. I've just got to that point where I've sort of maxed out the potential of my hardware and my software, and for a while now I've been fighting battles behind the scenes to bring these vlogs especially to you guys on a weekly basis. There's been a lot of like backdooring and different things I've had to do and different workarounds to ultimately bring a seamless looking vlog to YouTube every week. And it's just got to that point where it became untenable with last Sunday's vlog. I just wasn't able to get it where I wanted it to be. Now, upon reflection and a couple of good nights sleep later, after a couple of days literally banging my head against the wall trying to sort everything out, I can see that it was a positive thing. The reason being is I've known for some time that I need to invest in hardware and I need to learn a more advanced software with my video editing. I've developed a real passion for video editing and content creation over the years, and it's something that I want to continue to get better at. I don't want there to be a ceiling, and with the sort of software I was using, there was very much a ceiling. So the issues that I had, sort of the culmination of those issues not allowed me to get a vlog out on Sunday, forced my hand, if you like. It's forced me to make those changes, to invest in more hardware and to take the time to learn a different software package. I've always known, as I say, I've needed to do that at some point, but when you're as busy as I am and you're constantly trying to make content, you're doing 2 videos a week, you never have that time to think, oh, you know what, I'm going to learn a new skill today, right? You barely got time to wipe your own backside. So like I say, it's all good because it's forced my hand, and yeah, I'm focusing on the positives now, and I'm really excited about it because yeah, it just means there's no limits now in terms of the content I can create. It's sort of like down to my own personal skill set and a journey that I'm enjoying going on to continue to get better at making videos and also investing in more hardware and things like that going forward. So I think it's an exciting time for the channel. I want to let you guys know though, just in case there might be a case of 1 step back to take 2 steps forwards. You might miss the odd video. I don't know how it's going to go because obviously I've got to learn new skills, new systems, and all that kind of thing. And yeah, I'm feeling positive about it. Like I said, I think it's going to be great for the channel going forward, and hopefully you guys will see a noticeable difference and superior quality going forwards once I get everything where it needs to be. But yeah, I just feel great that finally we're sort of up to date. It's been such a long week, like I say, for many different reasons, and I know it seems daft, but just getting these vlogs up to date to where I'm at almost feels like a little bit of a weight off my shoulders. It feels like the turning point now, right? So now we can start this week's vlog properly. And what I would say is, during this very testing week, one of the shining lights, one of the things that's really helped me out the odd night, right, and helped to take my mind off things, is Mafia 2. I've played this a few times now, late at night, for an hour here, an hour there, and it's really done what video games can do, right? It's really been a real escapism for me this week. I've absolutely loved it. It's a very much a story-driven game, so I can't go too much into it. Don't want to give a full review without spoiling it, but what I would say is I just highly recommend it. Not necessarily this Essentials version. This was a great find for £2.50 at the Birmingham Gaming Market, but this game is £3 at CEX. It's so good. I can't recommend it highly enough. One of the best £3 you can spend, right, in 2024. And you don't need to rush out and spend £20 odd on the remastered version. I'm playing the PS3 version. It's more than playable. You get the odd quality of life thing, which is very much of like that generation. So probably the biggest bugbear is like the save states. You can't really save it whenever you want. You have to like complete a mission or something like that. And when you die, you do have to go back quite far often to the start of the mission. But generally speaking, it's more than playable. Frame rate's a little bit choppy, but I'm not that guy, right? I'm just happy to enjoy the game. And like I say, for £3, you need to be grabbing Mafia 2 from your local CEX. Yeah, just a great, great game, and I'm really enjoying it. And like I say, I'm feeling good, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to kick back, I'm going to play a bit more Mafia. There's loads planned for the rest of this vlog now, starting tomorrow. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys then in a bit. Okay, so I am on the road yet again, this time for a bit of an impromptu Facebook Marketplace pickup. Now, I say impromptu, but in reality, this is something that I've been after for years. A couple of these, well, one in particular slipped through my fingers before, and all collectors know that feeling, right, when you've got unfinished business with a certain item. But I think it's worked out for the best, because not only is this cheaper after negotiation than I've ever seen it before, but also it's better. Now, I'm never usually one for modifying things. I like things that are as they were meant to be, right, as they were produced in the factory. I think it's that collector in me to have things sort of stock, standard issue. But with this, so I'm just going to say it's like a statue, basically. But this sort of standard one it's not the best. I love the charm of it, but in terms of as a piece of art, the original isn't the best, and I completely get why the seller decided to paint it. Now, it's not as if I've painted it. This guy knows what he's doing. He's got a fantastic collection of statues and a lot of things he's made himself, and he said he's more than happy for me to go and take a look at his collection. So we're going to go and take a look now at some of the statues that he's got. He's about another 40 minutes away, and then obviously we'll look at what I've got. It's a large piece. I say it's 3 foot tall. I don't know where in the 3.0 it's going, but that's something we'll worry about when we get back. I'm absolutely delighted, but yeah, let's continue on this journey and let's go and get it. Okay, so I think I'm here. I'm in a random jitty. Let's go and find out. Right, okay, so I've just got to Gavin's house. This is Gavin.
How do you do? Pleased to meet you.
As you can see, an absolute treasure trove. We'll ignore what I'm getting for now, Gavin. We'll show that later.
Yeah.
Do you want to quickly do a quick tour of, because there's some amazing stuff in here, mate.
So
this has got. I love this film.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans.
Oh,
the
mate,
original.
it's got to be the original.
Yeah, got to be.
Absolutely love this.
So I've painted that. She's all hand painted by myself. So it took a while, but a labour of love.
That is awesome.
And then a good friend of mine made the base.
So, did you buy unpainted, or did you just
unpainted?
Unpainted, yeah.
So it came as a bust.
Yeah.
All the snakes were loose, so I've had to glue all the snakes on, and then
really captured the eyes as well, haven't you?
Yeah, the eyes are the hardest thing.
Yeah.
The Colonial Marine, I did all that in COVID. So that's an actual proper British soldier's hat.
Yeah.
And that's what started me off. So
No offence, mate. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you live alone, or have you got a very understanding partner? This is...
No, single.
Yeah. See, guys, this is the single dream, right? There's people watching this thinking, oh, yeah.
So this is my Ray Harryhausen sort of homage, this part here.
Yeah.
So you can see everything here really on this side is to do with Harryhausen, who did all the fantastic stop motion effects for all the old films.
I love this. So this is from the film as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is, if you watch Clash of the Titans at the start, when they chuck Andromeda, well, not Andromeda, yes, the wife of the king into the sea.
Yeah.
All the soldiers are wearing these helmets as they take her down. Yeah.
And then you've got, look at that.
Kraken.
Kraken. You need a big Kraken now, mate.
Yeah, I know. They
Scale
do actually
it to
do
the-
a bust, actually. That's much bigger, so...
Oh, mate, this is my era. Have you got is it Bobo?
Yeah, my mate.
Yeah, you got one.
Yeah, he's a wood carver.
Oh, yeah.
And I commissioned him to do full-size Hugo. So
Bubo, sorry. This was my biggest gripe with the remake.
Where they didn't have him in.
No, there was no.
Took him out of the blooming trunk and then threw him away.
Yeah.
What?
He had a little cameo, didn't he?
These are by a company called Gentle Giant. These are, who you might know, that do lots of things actually.
I've seen the name.
But these are quite rare actually. That's another model kit.
So you painted all of these?
Yeah.
I've got friends that do Warhammer and things like that.
Yeah, I do a little bit of that as well. Actually, I just started. Although that because my eyesight's not as good for the really really small stuff.
Yeah.
But
my hand's too shaky. I ain't got a steady enough hand. When I see people like those such fine brushes,
God,
I don't know how.
The real small one stuff is it's mental.
This is amazing.
So Talos there, he was a 3D printed item.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I painted as well. So he's actually really really light. You think he's going to be quite heavy, but he's only super light because he's just all printed and that.
You got some games down here. You do a bit of gaming then?
I do a bit of gaming, yeah. I do a bit of gaming. I've got a gaming bar which I'll show you in a
Oh,
bit.
Nice.
It's not like yours. I mean, yours is like, what?
Yeah, I've showed him the room tour.
Yeah, it's amazing. Your room tour is incredible.
Was this a kit?
Yeah, so this
Yeah, I've
is
seen
by,
these before.
Hatchet Partworks.
Do the eyes light up?
Yeah, the eyes light up. The lights come on. does the music. The door opens and closes on a remote.
And was that gun part of it?
No,
I didn't think it was.
That's
yeah.
a toy gun, scale,
Really?
half scale, chain gun, which I painted. Yeah, I did that originally to have as a Predator gun.
Right. Yeah.
But then I changed my mind. I thought, no, it looks really cool. He's holding it.
And is this original movie poster?
Oh God, I wish it wasn't original.
A repro.
It is signed by Peter Mayhew though.
Oh, okay.
So Chewbacca signed that one.
Yeah.
And my Jedi one is signed. I was very lucky to meet her before she passed, very sadly. Carrie Fisher. That's her signature. Just
Yeah, nice.
And she was lovely as well. You know, sometimes they say don't meet heroes, but
She was great.
Were superb.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah,
this is awesome, man.
the thing is where do you stop? But you can't, can you?
Well, you've seen my room.
I have.
You stop when it's full.
Yeah.
And then you build an extension.
Yeah.
And then we've got all the Alien.
Yeah, so Alien is my favourite film. That's my actual all-time favourite, the first Alien. Yeah. And that's kind of where my collecting as a younger guy. I mean, I'm 54 now, and I've been collecting about 30 years.
Right.
And the very first thing I got that kind of kick-started off my statues and stuff was an Alien statue, which I've got upstairs.
Awesome.
Have
you got the DVD set?
Yeah.
You got that? I
That's
thought you would,
too,
yeah. This looks great. What a piece that is.
Yeah, that's actually a promo, a piece of promo that came out for Alien 3. And also they reused them for Alien Resurrection as well.
That is...
And they put them in the old video stores, you know.
Yeah. I've seen a few of these kind of things before.
Yeah.
Like just a pointed display.
Yeah, that's
but done in this kind of, almost like a vacuum formed.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
It comes normally with a strip under here saying, you know, out on video now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I trimmed it and framed it. And
Honestly, it looks fantastic. Great. Very striking as well. For something that's just all black, it really stands out.
That's an original as well, actually. That is an original. And so is the Aliens.
Wow.
But the Alien poster, original British quad, is probably one of my best pieces. My actual best Alien piece is this. And this is a screen worn hat.
Really?
Yeah, you can see where the makeup and everything was.
Oh, yeah.
A friend of mine won it in a competition in the early 80s.
Wow.
Because they would have had more than one on set.
So do you know who wore it?
Well, it would have been Harry Dean Stanton.
Right.
You know. So that's, yeah.
Wow. What a great piece to have.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So this...
So we're now moving into Lord of the Rings territory.
I've met him.
Have you really? The guy that played him?
Yeah, was he Arrow as well?
I think he was, actually.
Yeah, I met him at a Manchester Comic Con. I got him to sign a Funko Pop of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice.
what's it called again?
Lurtz. That's Lurtz down there. He's Azog.
Azog, that's it. Azog the Defiler, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I had the Funko Pop. And I went to, I think it was Manchester Comic Con, and I got him to sign it. But then I sold all my Funkos, so I sold it with it because I got to a point where Funkos just took a whole wall up. And then,
Funkos,
you know what it's like? It's a slippery slope, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
so I kind of
Yeah.
Got rid of them all. But it was a cool one to have. And then you got a couple of PlayStation games down here. One of these went very expensive recently, you know.
Did it?
Resurrection, I think it was.
Did it?
It's either Resurrection or Trilogy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's worth taking a look.
Yeah,
like, there's loads of YouTube videos about it.
So like, this is. I'm still working out where I'm going to put him. That's by a company called Pure Arts. Yeah. When it's dark.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've only just got him actually.
That is very cool.
You can have his eye. His eye can flicker if I can find the switch.
Oh yeah.
Bit battle damaged.
Love that. And then you got more Lord of the Rings stuff. Trying to film around my piece. We'll get to my piece in a bit.
Yeah, I'll move that a bit.
So yeah, this is all Lord of the Rings, and you've got your paints and everything.
Yeah. So one of my favourite set of films, really, Lord of the Rings, and as you'll see in a minute, I've kind of dedicated. So basically, over COVID, lots of spare time on my hands. And I had a bit of spare room at the back of the house. So, because I couldn't work for a year, I thought, well, let's do something with it.
Yeah.
So this is what
is it this way?
Yeah.
It just keeps getting... But you should charge people to come in here.
Oh, no. So
wow.
This is entering my Lord of the Rings territory.
Look at this. Love that.
Yeah, Cave Troll. a company called Weta do these, and Weta side. Well, you've probably heard of the sideshow.
Yeah,
Weta.
yeah.
So the Weta themselves specialise in all the Lord of the Rings stuff, and they first started by doing all the effects in the films as well, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you're getting sculpts from people that were working on sculpts from the film, you know.
So did you have to buy these like from the company directly, or is the the second-hand market's gone a bit crazy?
Do you know
like
what?
most
I've
things?
been buying these second-hand for again. Well, it's been 20 years, believe it or not.
More
20
behind
years since it came out, though. So I've been buying, slowly accruing these over 20 years.
the Balrog.
Gandalf's up on the side there.
Just shows you never know what's behind. You never know what's in suburbia, do you? You never know what's behind
That's
the door.
Well, it's like yours, isn't it?
Yeah,
when I was
yeah.
watching your tour, I was like, oh my god, that's incredible, man. Go on, I'll let you go in. Look. There you go.
Oh wow!
So this is my Lord of the Rings themed cinema.
This feels like a tavern. Is that what you were kind of going
that's
for?
right.
That
I wanted
ye
it
olde.
to be like a bit like the Shire inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Hobbity, you know.
Oh, you've nailed it. Especially because you've got all this. Was this wooden beams and that already here, or have you?
No, they've been made. I've had them made.
Mate,
I'm really lucky because a really good friend of mine. I'll do a shout out for him, Jordan Katz. He's a brilliant joiner, and him and me kind of thrashed this out. And once he got the structure up, I was able to tell him what sort of ideas I had and what I wanted to do. So he would then come back to me and say, "Oh, well, I can make beams then. You don't have to have these in. They're not supporting anything.
Yeah.
But this look great." And yeah.
This is phenomenal. Well, I don't think there's a better place in the world to watch The Lord of the Rings. Anyway.
Oh, do you know? And I do a lot of gaming in here as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could sit in here with some of that. Was it gillyweed?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Get my Gandalf on in there, mate.
Yeah, there's a pipe if you want it. Yeah. You've got the pipe.
Of course you have there.
So that's the Lord of the Rings. Now, if we go upstairs,
Yep.
very boring. I'll show you what I'll do. I'll just show you my main bedroom. You'll be here all day, mate.
I think people are going to want to see this, mate. I don't think it's boring. I think it's awesome.
So, life-size gremlin.
Yep. You can get the Necker ones now as well, can't you?
You can, yeah, the full-size one.
Yeah.
They're pretty expensive. That's a kit that is. That's another buy. You'll like these because you like your Pulp Fiction, don't you?
Oh yeah, I love Pulp Fiction, mate. Oh, awesome. Do you know what I didn't like about this stuff? Because there's a standee you can get, and I've often thought about buying a Pulp Fiction standee. None of them are in costume.
Really?
Yeah, so Samuel L. Jackson's not got the hair, he's not got the wig on.
Oh.
Bruce Willis never wore that in the movie.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, you look at it and you're like, it
These-
says Pulp Fiction, but it's like a press day or something.
These must have been pre-filmed stuff
Yeah.
just to promo, I suppose.
Yeah, it's strange when you look at the standee that it's not.
So this is my Alien Predator
Wow.
shizzle.
Love this as well.
I've got to move some of the pictures around. So I've only just moved my Harryhausen stuff downstairs. So like he
That's
was normally
great,
up
guys.
here, so the pictures kind of gelled, but yeah.
Sinbad as well.
Yeah, another one of my favourites as a kid.
So that's the DVD set I was talking about.
yeah,
They've skyrocketed in price as well.
Yeah, they're really cool. Originally from Japan. You got Palisade, a lot of Palisade stuff. That model there on the top left,
Yep.
where he's got his arms crossed, yeah, that's the very first statue I ever bought. At my very first ever.
So that's to blame.
Film con. Yeah.
That's to blame for a house full, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that started everything. Yeah.
Mate, it's so cool.
I'm in the process of actually. I'm going to turn the third room into a Terminator room, and then make a bit of space. But from a model kind of point of view, and if you like your old films,
Yeah.
Dragon Slayer.
I've not seen Dragon Slayer.
Have you never seen Dragon
No,
Slayer?
that's one I missed out on.
Oh man!
What year was that?
Dragon Slayer, about 82.
Yeah,
For Disney, it's really
5 years
dark.
before I came along. That.
Really dark for Disney. And the guy who did all the stop motion effects for the dragon, who's called Vermithrax, is a guy called Phil Tippett. So he's the same guy that did the Rancor monster and everything for Star Wars.
So it's linked in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did you see the film The Relic?
No.
Never saw The Relic either.
No. I'm
Horror
going to have to
film
go home
from
now
the
and watch these
yeah.
films.
So horror film from the 90s, early 2000s, and creature effects were by Stan Winston.
Yeah.
So Terminator and Aliens.
I've got a couple of friends that would loving all this stuff. My friend Theo, and shout out to Ollie. I made this. He does a lot of stop motion and that kind of thing.
Oh, he totally would. I'm sure he'd know for a fact all the info about them. I've run out of space. I've run out of space. Unless you want to see the gaming room.
Yeah, I definitely want to see. Let's go and see that.
Oh, let's do that next. Then we're done.
What do you call it? The gaming?
Well, it's my gaming bar, so I call it Game Over. The Game Over bar.
Oh, nice.
A bit for aliens and a bit of things.
Oh, look at that.
It's not like yours though. It's not like yours.
I've only got one room. You've got a whole house, mate.
So I built this last year.
Oh, mate, look at that. I'll let you put the lights on.
There you go. In you go.
Mate. Oh, that's it. I'm living in here. Look at this.
It's basically rigged to PS4, PS4 VR, PS2 racing. Also, not as nice as your Bang Olufsen, by the way. That telly, by the way, I fell in love with.
Nice. And then the bar area.
Yeah.
More stuff.
We'll be getting opened up now. The weather's changing, so we'll be opening her up a bit more.
And then you've got an arcade. What's this, like a sit-down arcade?
Yeah, like a mammy. So you got all your 80s,
yeah.
1942.
Did you paint this?
I did.
Yeah, I thought it's a different kind of paint job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you can get. I did have from the collector's edition of the game. I had one of these.
That's right.
But then when you buy a life-size one, you kind of think, I don't need this as well. So.
But this was like this was about a tenner off of like Amazon or eBay. But it doesn't obviously come like that. But I've weathered it, painted it, weathered it.
This is awesome, man. I'd love to have room for a racing rig like this. Nice.
Thanks, man. Like I say, not to the same scale as yours. Your gaming room just blew me away.
Not a bad shed though, mate. I got to be honest. It's one of the better sheds I've been.
Games company Core Design had some of these commissioned.
Woohoo!
Again,
Look at that.
These were to go out in like game stores.
Correct. Yep.
Like that,
Yep.
Now her normal colour scheme, you can find them as
off.
It's well
it just
off.
Looks weird. I'm so glad you said that. I did a quick filming on the way here, and I basically said I've wanted one of these for a long time, but it's almost like wanting it because it's cool for what it is, but it's a bit weird looking.
It's so weird.
The original ones.
Dark green top.
The face as well.
Hair.
Like, yeah, she's supposed to be attractive, right?
Yeah.
And they did their best to make her. I mean, you've done such a great job, even with the boots. Like, if you look at the original boots.
Every single piece of her has been completely repainted.
Because I'm the sort of guy, I like things stock. I like things standard. I like to have things as they should be. But with this, I think it's felt perfect because it just looks so much better. What you've done is just made it how it should have been.
Thanks, Callum.
You've not sort of modified it in a way that, you know...
I've tried... Well,
you've made it what it should have been.
My huge love for the PS... The whole reason I bought a PS1 was because I saw Tomb Raider playing in a games shop. And for me, to have a statue of Lara Croft from the PS1 days and to not have her in her proper PS1 colours.
Yeah.
For me, anyway, I thought that's just...
But even the base, you've even made the base look like...
Yeah, weathered it. And,
like it is on like some of the levels, you know, like the sort of sand levels.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you've done it. I can see exactly what you've done. You've made it perfect, honestly. And for me, it's like a one-off now as well.
It's a total one-off, yeah. I have not seen anybody that's got any I've seen about 2 over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I think I've seen 3 on eBay in total.
Yeah, you do see them.
Got the weird colour schemes.
But yeah, that
are really bizarre looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the best one.
She's been after I've painted her as well. So she's been painted in acrylics.
Yeah.
And then she's been spray lacquered as well. So that spray lacquer, which is what gives her the shine.
It's not coming across.
But it protects her as well, yeah. So
I'll try and show it more in my room, like different lighting. It's not coming across as well on camera.
She looks quite flat on that.
Yeah,
you can see the shine here. Actually, the light catches it.
Yeah.
But
anything I would say is the bosoms a bit too round for the PlayStation 1 era.
Yeah. They couldn't do curves.
Needs to have your eye out, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Still, I tell you what, as a young man, I still enjoyed it.
Tomb Raider was awesome. I can remember just literally staring at it in games, standing on their stairs, watching someone demo it for about an hour.
Yeah,
I'm glad she's going to a really good home though.
Absolutely.
I must admit, I was really pleased to see that. One of the first things I thought, I might have even mentioned it when I messaged you, is that I'm really glad she's going to go to a really good home.
Yeah, definitely.
She needs to be on display in a fan's
room. I haven't got a clue where she's going, but we'll find a space. You know what it's like. You move one thing, you have to move 30.
Well, this is what
I'll be playing Games Room Tetris when I get home.
Yeah.
But, we'll
Yeah, you have to send me a picture or do a video or something.
Yeah, there'll be a video, mate, for sure.
Display. I mean, even the guns themselves, I haven't just sort of painted the guns silver and then left it. That's a proper steel paint that I've painted the guns with. And then I've done a black wash going into details and things like that.
Like I say, you can see the attention to detail.
I was painting it for myself, you see. So I wanted it to be absolutely bob on, you know.
I mean, it's the base for me. I'll show like the transition between the standard and this one, and
if I can find them, I'll send them to you.
Is there any markings on the bottom?
Don't think so, no, because somebody messaged me about that who actually made them.
Nothing.
I don't think there's an actual. I think they just must have contacted somebody.
Yeah.
And said, "Can you make these?"
Because they're going in stores and meant to be sold.
I mean, when I got her, she was in. You know, she'd not been loved at all.
No.
So I'll find some of the old photos.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yeah.
And so there's been some sanding, pre-painting, and priming and stuff. And it's rare to get one where you haven't got like cracks in the base because of the weight of her on the base.
Yeah, I saw another one where the leg had been cracked and glued.
Broken or broke, where people have just not looked after her.
Especially with it being store display and just probably thrown in.
Heavy. Have you felt how heavy?
No.
Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah.
I'll do that, and then you can.
People can get an idea of
I'll see what you think to the weight.
Size scale as well. Oh yeah, it's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought I was just gonna.
Yeah. No.
Must have not had my shredded wheat. Yeah, but that's
so it's just a solid piece, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. But I like that. Like I said, I don't know where she's going, but we'll pose now.
There you go.
And you said you've got a YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
Where can people find you?
So Man Caves and Margaritas. It's a film channel where me and my friend, two old guys, watch films, old films, and then just chat about them, you know.
Sounds good to me, mate. Oh, I'm putting Lara in my car and I've realised how weird this looks, if anybody's watching. Oh, let's get out of here before someone calls the police. Good morning, and it is the day after this happened. She looks so good in this like nice clean environment, right? She really pops. I'm so happy to have this, and we're going to get into trying to find her a home on this vlog. But before any of that, I just want to sort of give a massive shout out to Gavin. What an absolute legend for letting us go into his house and film his amazing collection. Once again, thank you very much for the hospitality, my friend. It was an absolute pleasure. And like I said on the footage, you just never know what's behind somebody's front door, right? To go in and see that whole... people have a man cave. He's got a man house just full of amazing stuff, and the work and attention to detail he's put into curating his collection really shines through. And I just want to say again, massive thank you as well for the amazing price that he did me on what is a one-off piece, right? Again, I touched on it before. These come in two different variants, and back then in the early 90s when these would have been released, it was probably just a case of Core Designs reaching out to sort of local artists or whomever it may be and just saying, right, can you paint 100 of these or however many were created? And, there wasn't much attention to detail, shall we say. And like I say, the colours were very off. I've always liked them for what they are, but I very much think I've got probably the best one in existence. So I'm absolutely delighted. And the way it happened, I couldn't be happy. I really couldn't. And look how good she looks. She's not going to live there, but... oh man, I'm so happy. One of these slipped through my fingers a couple of years back. It ended up at Super Game Shack in Leicester, which is great. Another great place, another great home to have one on display for everyone to see. But I almost bought that before they bought it. I just didn't quite pull the trigger in time. And I feel like the story's come full circle now for me to have my own Lara Croft. And with me being a Derby lad and Lara being from Derby and Core Designs and everything, it just feels like it's meant to be, right? So we're definitely going to find a home for Lara in here on this vlog, like a forever home, right? Because she can't live there, sadly. But until then, I've got to nip out. We've got all those trade-ins that we've gathered over last week and recent times to take to CEX. Also, there's a lot of parcels over here that need opening, and I think there's some more for me to collect on the way. So, loads still to come on this vlog. Let's get to it. Okay, so made it to the locals on what is a beautiful day, I must say. probably lasts about 5 minutes, but I'm enjoying it for now. I've got a bag full of stuff to trade into CEX. Obviously, while I'm here, you know the drill, charity shops, see what's on the shelves at CEX. Let's go. What up, what up, what up? Okay, so this is a bit of a weird one. Normally I'd pick something like this up, you know, sleeve cover, nice looking, but it's Scholar of the First Sin, but from what I can understand, it just has downloadable content. CX don't sell DLC, obviously you can't guarantee the code. And it looks like the same game box inside, so yeah, let me know in the comments if you're literally just paying this price for the box. Yeah, normally something I'd pick up, but I just can't quite figure out what I'd be buying. Every time I come here I see the same pinball game and I still need it, but I don't want to pay 40 quid. I need to come and trade some stuff in next time I'm here, I think. Join the rest of the crack converters. Let's see what's inside. Okay, so back from the trip to the locals, and although I didn't actually pick anything up from CEX, I did make a stop by the local post office. So whilst I was at CEX, I debated, as you saw, getting that Dark Souls 2, I can't remember what it was called now, some special edition. And I didn't understand at the time why they were selling it for more money, because I know they don't charge for DLC codes, you can't guarantee them. I got the information I needed from the Ghetto gang. Shout out to the Ghetto gang. Apparently the additional information is actually on the disc, but when I looked online, one sold on eBay for £10, so I didn't want to spend £18 on it, even though it was, you know, like a big box thing, a bit of cardboard, something that normally I'd snap up. But there was a few decent things in there, but nothing I really wanted more than the vouchers themselves. I'm planning a bit of an upcoming big CEX lottery video here on the channel, so that will go nicely towards that video. But let's get into all of these parcels, shall we? I'm going to start with yeah, there's a couple I actually know what they are. This, I don't know why I bought this. Do you ever just buy things on eBay late at night and then you kind of question why once it's too late? This was very much that. I mean, it's pretty cool, but I don't have room for it, I'm going to be honest. So I saw this on eBay one night, and you guys know I love standees and promotional pieces, and this just caught my eye. Although it's not too big, so potentially we could display this in here. Where, I don't know. This is like a promotional countertop standee for the House of the Dead remake. So this is the 2022 version. So there you go, you can see it's like a nice little promo piece. Nice bit of artwork. And then it's got obviously the stand on the back. I don't know where this is going to go, what I'm going to do with this just yet. But like I say, it's a pretty nice piece, nice artwork. Maybe I'll give it away down the line if I can't find a room for it. I don't know why I bought it, I just thought it was cool. Right, moving on very swiftly from that one. I think a lot of this stuff is... Yeah, okay, so most of this is like gifts, exchanges, things that people in the Ghetto Gang give to me or that I bought from them. But before we get to that, I've got this one. Now, it's not really a video or a vlog goes by where I don't shout out my friend Brad. If you saw Wednesday's video, you know that I finally got to meet the legend that is Brad. Now, we were supposed to do something at the NEC Toy Fair, and we both completely forgot. It was such a chaotic event. Brad had asked me if I would sign his copy of... Well, let's just get it out. So Brad's Retro Gamer magazine, which I was fortunate enough to be featured in. I actually took a nice green Posca paint pen and everything to the NEC to sort this out for Brad, and we both completely forgot. Brad being Brad, he sent this with an addressed, stamped envelope for me to send it back. He did not need to do that. I've been more than happy to pay the postage, but yeah, that is the legend that is Brad for you in a nutshell, so I'll get that done for you, sir. And Brad being Brad, he's sent some additional bits, of course he has. He could never just send that. Right, what's he got in here? Hey bro, enjoy the hip to the hop, lol. And the little Rugrats flicker book. Cool thing to show the kids. Oh, sad. Let's have a look then. Yeah, so he messaged me. He found these at a recent car boot. Brad gets some amazing car boot finds. He found some really cool stuff on that day. And he found a couple of hip-hop CDs that I don't have in my collection. So we've got Naz's album, which I think ended up being untitled. If you know the story behind this one and what he tried to name it, then you'll know why I don't wish to say that out loud on a video. And Jay-Z's Kingdom Come, which I believe this was the one that had a lot of Dr. Dre production, right? Wasn't the best Jay-Z album, but there's certainly some bangers on there and two nice welcome additions to my collection. So much appreciated, Brad. And then, yeah, little Rugrats flicker book, like he said. I know that episode. I know all the episodes. Shout out to Brad, the legend that is. Right, okay, so now we're moving on. I don't know exactly what's in these. I think that one we might have to save for a future video. Right, okay, let's get into this one. So this has come from a gang member. I don't know if there's a note in here. Sadly, no note. But this is Infamous. I have Infamous 2, so now I have both Infamous games. The side's a little bit faded, but it's a relatively common one. Once I've got the set completed, then I can start looking at, you know, improving the faded side arts and things like that. But I've got a big PS3 Essentials update, pickups, unboxing, the whole shebang coming very, very soon. So keep it locked to the channel. And if you are interested in anything to do with video games, being, I was going to say inspired, but more like coerced into buying games, and in particular PS3 Essentials, make sure you're getting involved with the Ghetto Gang. There's a link below. Yeah, I owe a lot of my collection to the people on the Ghetto Gang that are far better at scouring the internet than I am. But shout out for that one, much appreciated. Now I have both Infamous games, I believe, in PS3 Essentials format, and I'm now looking at this bigger box here and realising that I'm once again unequipped. I'm once again without a knife. Will I ever learn? Probably not. I don't know what is in here, so let's find out together. Right, okay, what have we got? I believe there's a note. Awesome. Hi Callum, hope you're well. Just wanted to say thank you for all the content. It's genuinely become part of my weekly routine. Your video, My Life in Gaming, brought back so many fun memories for me too. I'll link a description to that actually. The My Life in Gaming video. I sort of like went on a bit of a emotional journey, right? And I didn't intend to. And there's probably a lot of new viewers come to the channel since that aren't aware of the backstory. So I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Always remember sitting at the dining room table at my grandparents with either the PS1 running Spyro or the Spyro or the SNES with Mario, Mr. Nuts, whilst my grandma always watched. Thank you for helping me bring those memories back and reigniting my love for all things retro. Much love and keep it retro, Connor. Shout out to Connor. Connor's a Ghetto gang member. And yeah, some real memories, man. That video, it just became something that I didn't expect it to. That's kind of what happens sometimes when you go down that, right? And you start reminiscing and reliving memories that you didn't know you had. And yeah, like I say, I'll leave a link below to that. So Connor found on, I think it was Vinted, it's either Vinted or eBay, 4 of these sealed. And I already own the game, but he found them at such a good price once you sort of like split it into 25% and sort of like, you know, they all got snapped up on the Ghetto gang. And it's for a relatively uncommon PS3 Essentials Lego game. The one that is the most uncommon of all the Lego games, I'd say, on the Essentials set. And that is The Hobbit. This was actually not even on the original list. Speaking of that list, we're pretty much done. The full list, people keep asking me, the full list is all but done. I'm just going through it now. We're just cross-referencing, proof-checking it. And hopefully by Wednesday's video, I'll have a link to the full, unequivocal PS3 Essentials set. So if there's anybody out there on the journey, make sure you check out Wednesday's video and I'll post a link, all being well, for the full PS3 Essentials definitive list. But yeah, back to this. Shout out to Connor for finding these. I'll probably add my copy to the next PS3 Essentials giveaway, which might well be on Wednesday as well. So yeah, make sure you check out Wednesday's video. And a massive shout out to Connor once again for hooking me up with a nice sealed copy of The Hobbit. He's also wrapped up something additional by the looks of it. So what's in here? No, no way. Right, okay, it's a little bit of a private joke, this one. On the Ghetto Gang Discord, there was a chap who got very drunk and made a very dubious eBay purchase, and we all thought it was hilarious. He bought a kebab, like, skewer, a kebab seller, I don't know what you'd call him, in Playmobil format, and it was hilarious. Yeah, it's one of them you probably had to be there, right? But Connor sent me one. So this is a Playmobil kebab shop worker seller. I don't really still don't know what to call it. Wow. I now feel like I'm obliged to find a house in the 3.0 for a Playmobil kebab worker. Oh, Connor, what an absolute legend. Much appreciated, my friend. I shall... Oh, man, I look forward to explaining this one to my 5-year-old as to why I've got a Playmobil kebab shop worker in here. Right, now I actually think there's another game that I'm missing, so bear me 1 second, let me go and see if I can grab it. Right, okay, I'm back. I had left a couple in the house. Right, okay, let's get into this one. Don't know what this is. Oh, hello. Hello. I'm a happy man. That's me. This is me tonight, right? Playing Mafia 2. I don't know who this is from yet, but they must know me well. I'm all about that mint chocolate life. And I like dark chocolate as well. So this, yeah, this is me tonight with Mafia 2. And, oh, okay, now I remember. Yep, there you go, look. There is a note. I must be getting predictable. Let me know in the comments, am I predictable or have we got catchphrases, right? I think catchphrases sounds better. There is a note. Hi Callum, big fan of the channel. Your videos always brighten my Sunday and now part of my Sunday routine. What about Wednesday? Found this during my travels and want to gift this to you as my token of appreciation for all the hard work you put into the channel. If you own it, please trade it or stick it in a giveaway. Play your games, keep it retro. Ryan, Guy in a Hat Games. Ryan, much appreciated, my friend. Guy in a Hat Games, I believe, is an Instagram account, so I'll put that up on the screen now. I don't have this. I'm sure I don't have this. Tomb Raider Underworld on the Xbox 360. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love adding to my big box Xbox 360 set. I'm not up to date with Tomb Raider games. For me, like I say, the original 1, 2, 3 on the PS1. I've not played any of the later ones. But yeah, really happy to be adding another big box addition to my 360 set. So massive shout out to you, my friend. Much appreciated. Love that as well. There is a note. This one is so this one has come again from the Ghetto gang because they managed to find out that there was actually some decently priced games at Game, of all places, right? I know, shock horror. And this is one that really caught my eye. So this was originally $29.99, reduced way down to £9. And we all kind of went to our individual game stores, myself included. Mine's dreadful. There was nothing in there. It's like the size of, I don't know, a shed. And a few people found them and then distributed them evenly amongst the Ghetto gang members. And it was just one that caught my eye. And that is The Night Witch. And the reason it caught my eye, like the Metacritic summary, is a Metroidvania adventure game with a fast-paced, shoot-'em-up combat set in a beautiful hand-drawn world. Now, those three things, right? Metroidvania, shoot-'em-up, hand-drawn, are all things I really enjoy. The more I've looked into it, the more I'm unsure, because there's like card deck building elements. That's really not my bag, but for £9, you really can't go wrong, right? It comes with a soundtrack, comes with like art cards, and yeah, beautiful artwork as you'll be seeing on screen now, and I don't think you can go too far wrong for £9. So much appreciated, my friend, for sourcing that in your game store, which must be better than mine. And yeah, I sent him the money for this, and it's much appreciated. So yeah, that I believe is the pickups. Thank you for everybody that sent something in or helped me buy something. I think now it's time to house her, right? Yeah, man. Let's find her a home. Okay, so she's not going to work there, but what about here? Here's not a bad shout, but I've just put all the VHS there and it'll be a bit too tight. Here? I think she looks great here. Is that perfect? It's just, I mean, it's the Xbox area. Sacrilege. Therefore, she may be better in this corner, because obviously it's more sort of PlayStation orientated, but I don't like how I have to put like the base off center. It annoys me. And if you put it flat, the gun goes too far into the games. Xbox or not though, guys, I might have to live with her there for a bit. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. I just think she looks great there, irrespective of platform allegiances. It just works, right? And you can see her from sort of all angles. Yeah, let me know what you think. And on that bombshell, that is going to do it for this week's Ghetto vlog. I'm delighted to say that the week has ended better than it began, that's for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this feature-length vlog. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so, because on Wednesday, I have got the biggest unboxing pickups video I've ever had on the channel. I've got a huge box down there, like up to my hip. Full of rare video games that I'm going to be opening for Wednesday's episode. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you if you took the time to watch this far into the vlog. Play your games, keep it retro. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Take care.
Retro Ghetto.
Lock into the retro ghetto. Come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the retro ghetto.